So as your broker and a sponsor license and on a one-on-one basis, offside a camera, am I privy to that information?
I'll let you know.
Okay, good. So that was, are we through the whole acquisition part of it? The due diligence?
Yeah, the due diligence, I would say. And then obviously, then we kind of move into the post-close.
That's the final part of this is the post-close transformation, right? Well, I'm just gonna let you take it from here.
Sure. So obviously we kind of have done a lot of the design ideas and work through all of that during the option period, because once again, we want to make sure you're comfortable with everything before you're committed to purchasing the property. But as the rest of the contract period goes down, I'm going to make sure that we are scheduling contractors and getting everything ready so that when you close, we're not losing time. Because at the end of the day, time is money. And so we'll get the contractors all set up. We'll do that while they're working on your suite, and I can help manage that if need be, but they're really great people, so I don't even think I would need to. Then we can work on that furniture. And so basically what I like to do with my clients is I kind of guide them on, okay, are we using some pre-existing furniture? Are we buying all brand new? You know, what does this look like? And something that I think is really, really important that a lot of people don't think about is the details of the space.
Mm-hmm.
You know, for example, I furnished mine with some vintage stuff and some like kind of quirky, fun stuff. And I get compliments all the time about how the space was designed, which I also think helps drive those rental rates. So spending a little extra on the forefront to get some uniquely designed items really helps. And then also really paying attention to your linen quality. I know it sounds silly, but the best thing is to make sure that those towels, those sheets, they're really soft. People enjoy using them. That was another thing that, you know, I think is really important.
So let me ask you this. When we're talking about, you know, we're talking about this process, this particular, what you're striving for is basically helping someone take a single family residence and then carve out one part of the room. How does the design work with kind of keeping a separation between you and the guest? Because that's fascinating to me.
Sure. So while we're looking for the property, I do like to try to make sure, like I said, the floor plan is conducive to this, because you don't want to spend a ton of money modifying the home. You just want to probably maybe have to put up one wall and add an exterior door. So, you know, that's kind of what I have done and have done for other clients is, you know, we find how can we convert this space. Where's existing plumbing if we're needing to add a bathroom, you know, kind of thinking through those details. And so basically, you know, it's pretty simple to kind of make sure that just the space is separate and private for your guests, but accessible to you as well, so that they feel that they're well taken care of.
And do you always have a separate entrance, or how does that work?
So that's kind of I guess a homeowner flavor.
Yeah.
For me personally, I wouldn't feel comfortable sharing my kitchen or sharing my living room or sharing my bathroom with guests that are coming and going. So for me, I really wanted it to be separate. If someone's open to that, obviously your renovation budget's going to be pretty low because you can just rent out a spare room in your space. Yeah.
So when you're searching for properties on Airbnb, as I've done many times, you've got that you're doing a private room or a private, private room or the whole house. So if you can make a separation with some kind of locked door or whatever, you can put kind of like whole apartment.
Yes.
But then specify in the description that it's a closed off section of the house, right?
Exactly.
And so that makes a huge difference because, you know, when you're looking on Airbnb, you really don't want to like share a room. And so I think what the beauty behind what Lauren's done for herself and for her clients is she's able to take a house, partition it off, be able to advertise that as their own apartment per se, and but also being real honest in the description of it, because you don't want to mislead anybody. That'll turn into negative reviews, and you don't want to do that. So tell me about you're not having a full kitchen there. You're like, you have like a microwave, a sink if you can, that type of thing. Yeah.
So what I did for my place, and another client had done this when we were just doing a guest suite within the actual home, because I've had some clients that we bought a place that had a completely separate secondary structure with a full kitchen and a full bath. So that was obviously pretty easy. But for me, I found that a kitchenette works just fine. I have available to guests a stackable washer dryer, a mini fridge, a Keurig coffee machine, and a microwave. And then I also keep compostable flatware and plates and bowls available so that they can basically heat up leftovers, right? Or make a quick cup of coffee, but it's not a kitchen. It's not something that they're going to be cooking a full meal in. And I also like that from the standpoint that it doesn't get as dirty. People, the only sink available is the bathroom sink. So I don't want people washing dishes in that. So that's why I provide the compostable stuff, is just because then it's a really easy way for people to be able to bring home leftovers. You don't feel like you have to waste those dollars when you only ate half your meal while you were out, and you could eat the rest tomorrow for lunch. So I find that the kitchenette works great with just those few basic items. Yeah,
you said about the Keurig. We have in our vacation rental, we got the coffee machines, which I would think would be enough, but I actually got less than 5-star reviews before for not having a Keurig.
Ooh.
And I'm like, come on. But whatever. And what's the next step in the post-closing transformation?
Sure. So we've got the renovation going. That's happening. We're working on our furniture. The next piece of the puzzle, obviously, is getting the proper permit for it.